Even if you niggas argue to me that he didn't lift the universe or he didn't transfer the universe back from the limbo area by carrying it, he not that strong. He didn't show that. You have no proof. And it's like, okay, but even if you try to tell me that there's no way he transferred a universe from one dimension to another in his base, right? Nigga, he still gave life to it. So the kinetic energy transfer still stands. He generated enough speed to give animals, people, cars, planets, galaxies, everything its regular movement back. Most people wouldn't know this, but everything in the universe is in fact moving, even when it's supposedly sitting still. To even give back to the universe for 5 seconds requires making it expand at the speed of light for those 5 seconds. Even 5 seconds of the universe's light speed expansion generated by a hedgehog would require basically fucking infinite amounts of energy because it requires the kinetic energy of a universe. But did you see any planets and galaxies and supermassive black holes and shit? Well, yeah. Sky Sanctuary. Well, that's just sunlight. It doesn't prove anything. It could just be artificial light made by the time meter, even though the universe was blank with no yellow light or darkness. Okay, Death Egg Robot. Well, that could be the moon. Well, you know the moon shines because of the sun, right? Yeah, but how do you know the time meter didn't make a fake light so he could suck? Okay, speed, highway. But how do you not speed, highway? But what if speed, highway? Know what those are? Stars. Know what it means when you see stars in the sky? Know what's at the center of every galaxy? A supermassive black hole. Remember how everything in existence had no color and was just all a blank slate? He affected the sky too, and everything in it. And now look at the far reaches of outer space, emanating energy again. What? Like what? Is that just a game mechanic now? You finna try and run for that card even though you deny it with the signposts and the rings? You know, that thing that can be health, protection, power fuel for emeralds, and literally money you can buy chili dogs with all at once? Yeah, I'm sick of hearing about that, so hopefully after you see this video, it'll be the last time you hear somebody say, without enough rings, Supersonic can't last. So, I worked my ass off. I decided, let's count all, or at least most of Sonic's rings that he collected over the course of all of his games, and then subtract the time of every canonical Supersonic battle from the final number. Thankfully, we had some help with this Evolution of Supersonic Battles video. He posts every canonical battle in chronological order from start to finish, even including some cutscenes before the battle as well. And I figured we leave them in to try to burn as many rings out of Sonic as possible, right? 2 hours worth of rings don't even burn out the rings he had before he met Knuckles. You don't believe me? See, here. Sonic burns 1 ring per second. All of Supersonic's battles accumulate to just under 1.5 hours, but no, wait, we doing it to 2 hours. Pushing it up to 2 hours. Here are the rings in Sonic 1. Now, this right here was by VG Long Plays. This is the exact amount of rings in every game. In every stage. This right here, yeah, I did Sonic CD, but now I decided not to even make it count. People can't even decide where that is canonically. So, then you have this. Boom. It didn't even make it all the way through Sonic 2, right? So, as I am counting through all of this crap, because I actually sat down and literally just counted through rings, I came across something. Sonic Jump 2012. Yeah, so 70 billion rings from 1991 to 2012. That's how many rings he had collected between 1991 and 2012. Okay, so now that we have 70 billion rings, we know how to do the math, right? You know? Okay, so flipping those seconds to years, we find out Sonic would have enough rings to stay in super form for over 2,219 years. Now, that number is wrong, and we'll get into why that is right now. First, we must find the amount of games Sonic has appeared in to find the amount of rings he collects on average per adventure he goes on. To do that shit, we gotta visit Snake's channel and look at Sonic Mania forces its way into the timeline. Then we gotta count every game that Sonic appears in from Sonic 1 to Sonic Jump 2012 and divide 70 billion by that number. Over 1.4 billion. And so you ask, why is it wrong? Is it because we're adding the rings from the games that came after? Well, yes and no. Yes, because you're not wrong, and no, because we're also going to be potentially subtracting some more rings. We gotta appease the naysayers, am I right? So to do that, we gotta go through the Sonic games from start to finish and just see if he ever ran out of rings. And I thought confidently about it until I ran into something we need to discuss. So Super Sonic at first glance looks to have run out of rings, and I personally say no to this. I personally say no, because this only caught him off guard, and we all know how it works when you're caught off guard in fiction. Well, why didn't he go Super again to save Vanilla after the capsule exploded? Well, the answer to that is simple. In Sonic Advance 2, Sonic can dash in midair, so he really wouldn't need to be Super to save her at this point. This is further backed by the fact that the cutscene ends when he grabs her hand, even though they are at cloud level. I think the entire feel this ending gives off is that base form or not, you know Sonic's going to be able to solve the problem, and he doesn't really need to be Super to do it. But if you must believe he ran out of rings right here, then you must know that this also only shaves off around 1,000 years worth of rings. He still has another 1,000 at least. So, these versus battles should really literally never ever mention Sonic's time limit in Super form again, because it's irrelevant. It's likely longer than his own lifespan. Now, let's talk about the horse shit that was this hypersonic power scaling. Hypersonic is an enhanced version of Supersonic. When the Chaos Emeralds are enhanced by the Master Emerald, they are upgraded to Super Emeralds. But we don't even need this form for this video. We didn't even need that form for this fight. First things first, Supersonic is much faster than light. And the most consistent time that a Mario star has under its belt is about 11 seconds. The longest running highballed star time ever is 30 seconds from the 1985 NES game. From the 1985 NES game. Big shout out to Persofia Gaming for unknowingly helping me out with this video. And I'll leave a link to his video as a source in my description, as well as whomever else I can remember to credit along the way. Especially Wendy. Sonic the Hedgehog's Hyperform requires a minimum of 50 rings to even start up. And you know where I'm going with this. The longest star was in Mario Party 10, and it has a runtime of 34 seconds. It doesn't matter if you max out Mario's inventory with stars at this point. He can remain invincible for 2,000 years. Can he be invincible for 2,000 years? Like, can he be invincible for 1,000 years? 500 years? 100 years? No, he can't run. So that's speed, agility, stamina, and we've already discussed the amount of concussive force he's able to deal out thanks to the amount of kinetic energy in his body, and though the Sonic Generations feat does not slow him down, he's actually gotten much faster since then. That puts his striking strength at an alarmingly high rate. He should have no problem dishing out his own version of Superman and Flash's infinite mass punch, seeing how he also has beyond universal and therefore infinite speed at his disposal. I'm gonna pause and mention that, well, what if Mario could stop time? Yeah, well, I really don't understand how Time Stop was excluded from this fight when you guys clearly knew of its existence and didn't even bother with it. Like, it's right there. You guys put it right there, and it costs 60 rings to do it. And that's not canon, but some crap that Mario did in Paper Mario, EPG, and all that bullcrap. Like, the Paper Mario stuff is canon, Mario Party is canon, anything Mario is canon, and not only that, but he didn't do it in story mode of Sonic Adventure 2, therefore it doesn't count. But at the same time, what he did in Sonic X and the Sonic movie, both mediums that are not canon to the games, those count. But Time Stop taking 60 rings to do, That's not relevant. Okay, sure. So whatever. So why does kinetic energy matter in regards to striking strength? To understand the answer to this question, you have to understand kinetic energy. Let's say someone decides to kick you in the chest and it sends you flying. The force passed on from this person onto you, which compels your body to move backwards involuntarily, is the energy of motion. A fight in general involves how much kinetic energy you can put behind your fist to deal out the highest amount of concussive force possible. So yes, it is relevant. No, he's not weaker than Mario, and yes, he's damn sure not slower than light. And yes, he did fix the universe by running. Whether you'd like to credit him for his departure from the limbo realm or not, the universe was still revived and functioning within that realm by Sonic. Both universes actually, according to Takashi Iizuka. One Sonic per universe means 4.6 bigantillion miles per hour per hedgehog technically, and we are not even close to being done, folks. Thank you for all of your support.
Oh no. No! No!